All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning. How are we doing today? What a wild morning it already is out there in the market. How are we doing? SPY's already trying to come back today, which is pretty crazy. Trying to mount a recovery. We can see it actually bounced off one of our key supports around 647. I really like that 647 to 648 zone, just under 650. I think that's a very critical area of support to watch. Continue watching there. As last week in after hours, that is right where it touched before the bounce back. What's up? Tangy, Goose, Outlaw, Xavier, Chill Ghost, Jake, Steve, J-Don, Daniel, Michael, Jose. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for joining up today. Tangy Man says, look at you, or energy, fuels, bonkers. Yes. With all the rare earths news with China, of course, it's helping any of these businesses that deal with rare earths in the U.S. Energy Fuels is a big uranium player. Not quite sure if they get into anything else. Do they, Tangy? But yeah, UEC, URA. Wow. How about Oklo again? I know that. Yeah, even they're going. Wow, MP Materials is another one that everyone's been watching in the short term. MP Materials was up a ton Friday. What are they sitting at here today? They're up 13%. Yeah. Pretty good. 19%, Jake said. Damn. What a run and move out of these stocks here. I know Tangy's going to be very happy. LAC, Lithium, Lithium America Corp. Michael said the premiums on UUUU went from 100 to 400. Dang. Everyone's keeping their eyes on that sector, it sounds like. APLD, Michael says. Applied Digital. Popping it off today, too. Almost looks like Energy Fuels or something. Up 14%. What a run from open, though, for APLD. Wow, this is huge. Look at APLD. Get that move going. 15.3%. Damn. APLD on the daily is insane. Some of these stocks are so straight up that they're blowing my mind, actually. It's almost like everything's turning into a Palantir whenever Palantir was hot. But it's like everything's doing it. Still got a long way to go on a couple of these, but oh, you own some APLD? Nice, Jake. Very nice. XME, a big money trade. Recently, unfortunately, yeah, XME right through the resistance here. We'll have to see how this one goes. Entered on Friday. Just keep your eyes on it. You know, it's only day one. Only day one of the move. How's GLD, SLV? Wow, GLD ran up to a new high. I didn't even look at that this morning. GLD got it going. I didn't realize that the futures were pointing up so good. Let's go look at GC last night. Oh, yeah. Yep, all into the open today. Very straight up. Nice by GC. Good morning, Rick. How are you? Hope you're having a good Monday out there in the market. There was some news today with AVGO and OpenAI. I don't know if you guys saw that, but OpenAI and AVGO announced a deal. It's a custom chip deal. They're going to be collaborating, let's see, or it says that they actually have been collaborating on 18 months on a new line of co-designed chips. Okay. Let's see. Where's the news? They were looking at some gigawatts. Here we go. They're jointly building and deploying 10 gigawatts of custom artificial intelligence accelerators as part of a broader effort across the industry to scale AI infrastructure. They didn't disclose the financial terms of the deal, but 10 gigawatts of custom artificial intelligence accelerators. I mean, 10 gigawatts of power is quite a bit. We've heard similar numbers with NVIDIA and AMD recently. Maybe even a couple others, but those have been the popular ones. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm reading through some of the deal, just looking through, seeing if there's any more info that, you guys would be interested in. I don't see anything too crazy, but they're essentially saying here that with the OpenAI and Broadcom developing those chips, it makes the computing more efficient, so to say, because they can build them exactly how they want, design things to help AVGO as much as possible, right? Trump did make a post last night on Truth Social. Let me see if I have that here. I know I had it. I might have took it away, though. Yeah. Let's get it back. He made a post about China. It was kind of weird. It's like two brothers bickering or something of that nature is what it's kind of like. Don't worry about China. It will be all fine, he said. Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The USA wants to help China, not hurt it. President DJT. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's his post there. Pretty insane how he posted like that. Pretty insane. Good morning, Mr. Charles. Steve, almost like shit talk. It kind of is, Saying that President Xi had a bad moment. It's kind of antagonizing. For sure. Yes, we are, Tansy says. Trump thinks we're in the driver's seat. We're not, Coconut said. I don't know if we're not or we are, but it sounds brutal. My family runs a business where we essentially use a lot of imported stuff. And, man, I'll tell you what, these tariffs hurt us bad. Hunter F, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're having a great one. Look at Tessie here, 426. Nice jump back today, up 2.3%. Now, we are seeing a lot of good recoveries today out of a lot of stocks. There's a lot of gap ups. But we have to realize that even though that they look green today and that they are gapping up, we're still dealing with what happened on Friday. You know, we're still dealing with that situation. So keep that in mind. My cash secured accounts can't do trades today because of the holiday. Oh, that's rough, Mr. Charles. I see. I see. Because it didn't get the, let me guess, you guys didn't get the same day, what do they call that? It's like by the OCC, the Options Clearing Corp. Tangy Man has 6K in limbo from Friday. Yeah, the clearing. It didn't clear. Settlement, there we go. Yeah, you didn't get the same day settlement or whatever. Sounds more like manipulation, of course, and it went up, but it's slowly down, and of course, you're not allowed to control your money. Yeah, that would be very annoying today. All good. Spy's gonna fall today, Mr. Charles said. It could. It definitely could. It does seem like it's very stuck here. I don't really see it dying off and falling by that much, but I see it like kind of staying within this overall zone here. Like somewhere like within this zone. I don't really see it getting out of there by much. Those would make for some wild moves though, I'll say. I do remember that, Tangy. That used to be brutal for a lot of traders out there. That's how it was whenever I first started. Yeah, extremely brutal. That was pretty rough, actually. Thoughts on MSTR, Goose said. MicroStrategy. Or just strategy, maybe. But, yeah, looking pretty good here at $300. It's trying to hold that $300 support today. That's a big level that it got above. Bitcoin is trying to recover up past 116 resistance. I should say 116K resistance, but nonetheless. If it does get through that 116 area, that should help MSTR, but gosh, MSTR has been so brutalized lately. The selling is unreal here. I would not be surprised if it broke it down, but I would try to look at that holding today. I don't love it with where it got on the daily chart here. I don't love the way it rejected recently. I could actually see it getting lower than this point. I could see it trying to come down and test the lower end of this range, like 240 maybe. Something like that's not totally out of the question in my book. That would be a better support to bounce off of too. But MSTR, $304 is also a good resistance, right? Yeah, definitely. 304. Yeah, 304 is, but the problem with that level is that it's been kind of straddling that today quite a bit. And it's more of like a range, like 304 to 305. So it's like a $1 range. Like it's not like perfect there the past few days, but yeah, it should act as a small resistance. I will say, though, there's a lot of, like, little resistances mixed into MSTR's setup here. Like, if I were to go and zoom in on it a lot, that's what I'm looking for. But I'm trying to just focus more on the larger move rather than, like, all these, like, littler resistances and supports. So I'm mainly looking at 300. And then up around, like, this point where it bounced a lot, like 312. Which was the resistance today as well, pre-market. In between there, I think it's just going to be a chop fest. You check XLE, sure thing. Energy sector fund, always a fun one here in the short term. XLE. There was a recent call, big money trade on this one back on October 2nd. Not doing the best since then, actually. Falling down quite a bit with XLE, unfortunately. Trump came out and said that he was going to get gas prices down to $2 a gallon or something like that. I mean, that might be the case, but even if it gets close, I mean, it's hurt. Crude is falling. You know, we go and we look at CL or crude oil, and it is turning over here. Crude has not been popping up as much as some people had thought. It is in a pretty bad downtrend overall. If we're watching crude oil on the daily, you know, it's been trending down in a pretty solid way here recently. When did he say gas to 2 USD? Let me find that really quickly. Let me see if I can find it real fast. Here's crude oil intraday, though. It's actually starting to trend lower here as we speak. It's breaking down. Let me look it up, though. Trump, $2 gas. Some of the stuff that we end up searching out here for Trump is hilarious. It says in social media posts and interviews in October 2025, Trump claimed that gas prices would soon drop below to $2 a gallon. This echoes similar claims that he made throughout 2025. Here we go. Here's an article from investing.com. $2 gas is coming to a station near you. Trump said yesterday that gasoline prices will be below $2 at some point in the pretty near future, and has a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas to back it up. President Trump's ceasefire announcement immediately took the premium out of the price of oil, not because of Israel and Hamas, but also the reduction of a risk that Iranian proxies would continue to attack oil vessels in the Red Sea and other places. While Trump has about $1.10 to get the national average below $2 a gallon, we could realistically see gas below $2 a gallon in many places in the country. AAA says the national average for unleaded is $3.10 a gallon. Their price is down from $3.15 a week ago and down 11.2 cents from a year ago. Governor Newsom in California is making the average higher than it needs to be, with the cost of regular unleaded at $4.64 a gallon. Holy crap. That's like double the cost of what it is by me almost. That's crazy, guys. Oh well. Good thing I don't live there. I feel bad for all of you California drivers out there. Hopefully the wages make up for it though, right? OMD, the choppiness is eating my money again, Demir said. Oh, not the chop. CL chopping down. SPY coming back up. What were you looking at today, Demir? Puts? Mason said gas dropped a lot by me. It went from like 350 to 260. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's good. That sounds really good. Kevin said wages are up. There you go. I knew something had to be, you know, they have to have something going on there to make up for it, right? Or else everyone would leave. If it was that bad, everyone would leave, you know? $662. Beautiful overhead resistance. My gosh. Look at that resistance holding up. We'll have to see if, well, I guess this is only the first test. I guess it's not truly holding up quite yet, but you can see on the 1 minute it has had a little trouble getting through there. Somehow this SPY drawing, this little circle ended up looking like a lemon. I don't know how, but Tesla's eating my money again with the chop. Ah, Tesla's did it. I see. It is weird how it did that, isn't it? It's weird whenever you draw in here. Watch how it draws funny. See how like it like does these like weird lines, like it like connects to each like individual little dot here. It's strange. It's a little strange how it works, but it like connects to the grid in the background. Or Stewie's head? Oh my god, I didn't think about that. You know, I never realized why did they ever do that? That was so strange. SPY has room left to reach overnight highs, Canal said. Lots of room. Overnight highs. Well, highs from early this morning, at least. Highs from this morning at like 4 a.m. Let's go see what ES looked like last night. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Nothing too crazy. Just had to make sure that there wasn't something I was missing there. There can be sometimes because futures are open on Sunday. Whereas the market won't show that action. It'll just show SPY gap up or gap down on the chart here. How y'all like PLTZ as a hedge against Palantir? PLTZ's a fun one. I know a lot of people that like to play this one, but it's not my favorite. But I will say this, it could end up getting fun for whenever Palantir does pull back on you. Palantir does seem like it's hitting a lot of resistance and starting to really turn over here in the short term. This one could be pretty advantageous. PLTZ. I normally don't like trading these leveraged ETFs. Like this one's a 2x short Palantir ETF. So it generally will go up when Palantir drops if you don't know what it is. But yeah, PLTZ, pretty fun stock. I will be watching it very closely for a better run there. That'll be a fun one, though. I'm sending Elon a DVD of the Cherry 2000. What is that? Cherry 2000, what is that? What? I didn't say your name, Siri. I said Cherry. That's funny. CRWV is weaving. Core Weave is weaving. I like that. That's pretty funny. That is funny. It is weaving, though. Wow, right back up to 144 resistance. It's probably going to go for a break. Sheesh, Core Weave is weaving. That was a big drop-off this morning to actually fill the gap pretty perfectly. Keep your eyes on Core Weave. This has been a pretty solid move here. That's nice. Cherry 2000 robot. Okay. Is that the movie from 1987? I thought that that's what you meant, but I had no idea. BMNR is up 5% finally. Gosh, Core Weave is wild here. All right, BMNR. $5.2. It's doing pretty good today. It was up over 5% in pre-market, but it has been coming back well, you know, bouncing back here. Bouncing a little bit anyway. There's nothing too crazy, but this music is super intense right now. I know, I love it. I feel like I'm playing like RuneScape or something with this music. It sounds sick. Or like Tetris or something. USAR is moving way up, Iceman said. Wow. USA Rare Earth Incorporated. 32%, guys. Wow. Look at that rip from open today. Now that is a beauty. That is a beauty. Of course, we've looked at U and others, but gosh, USAR takes the cake. Takes the cake today. That is a pretty insane jump, though. Oh, close 16% too. Like to see it. SPY. Demir just said oof on the SPY. SPY with the little pullback here on the 1 minute candles. 2 1 minute red moves here. We'll see what happens. 2 1 minute drops. Right back to our support of 662. It might try to hold that. Let's see a hold, SPY. Do you know what we're getting for lunch today, guys? I'm sure that you guys already know. Yes, Mason, you are right. McDonald's. I'm still watching them really closely here for this McDonald's Monopoly rally starting to come in. Now, this is obviously just random thoughts, okay? Whenever I'm looking at the McDonald's Monopoly game, I swear, every time I went to McDonald's lately, it has been packed. Packed. Now, I don't know if it's like, if it's just because of happenstance or if it's truly because of the game or what, but everyone's been playing it. Also, hey, if you guys get a Virginia Avenue, I will pay you $100 for it, but you can't use it. I'll only pay you once it works. But if you get Virginia, I'll pay you for it. You're gonna say KFC? I'll do $100 or something, Mason. I think that's worth it. No. I don't know about 1,000 now. Rip off. Yeah, I would do that, Fannin. I'll just have to give you $150 for it, but I would do that. It's crazy, Iceman. There definitely has to be a lot of people doing it or something. Look at Tesla. Tesla stock going wild. Got a little flat here. It touched pre-market highs and then went flat. You know, we see this happen quite a bit in the market where we'll establish a good pre-market resistance like this and then it'll be tough to break throughout the day. But once it does break, it should get pretty fun on the price action. Now, the big negative here would be if you're trying to play a breakout trade and then it fakes out on you, right? And that can happen on any trade, you know, where it goes against you or it fakes out, or it could be in a nice uptrend setting up for a breakout and then boom, it breaks out and immediately turns over instead of actually running. You know, it can happen like that. That's why you got to have some stops and, you know, a time where you're going to look to stop out a little bit. You have a limit order for 417. What's the book map like on Tesla? Sure thing. Here, I'll throw it up. Let me get over to where it is now. There we go. Wow. I gotta say, there's a lot of sellers here. At like every $5 and $10 level, there's like a huge stack of like 80,000 or more. That's kind of crazy. Was that Virginia Avenue motivation? No. Go dig it out. The one that I'm trying to win, Mason, it actually says that the airline miles are worth like 24 grand. And if I get Virginia, I'll get those. I don't know if they're like inflating that number or not, but that's just what it says. And you want to give 100? That's a ripoff. Hey, I figured I didn't know what the good price was. I thought that it was going to be like, because I don't know how much they're really worth, but I'm just like, hey, most people are just going to never even use them. Hey, MP Materials, let's go, Shadon. Sorry, I said your name wrong. I'll say AB. They said MP Materials at 96 right now with a heart on fire. My heart's going to be on fire in a minute if it hits 100. My gosh. This is a wild run out of these rare earth companies today. That is wild. Not at the moment, Ale, but might be looking at it soon. Oh, that would be wild. I hope not, Mason. Motivation said that they had it, but then they put it in the trash. Mason said, well, if they threw it away, then it's gone. Oh, no. That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? I wonder how all that works. Yeah, you're right. They have to do something like that, because I feel like it would be pretty easy to win. I will say, though, if it ends up being like a lot of money worth, and it truly is like 24 grand, I definitely would give like 1,000 or something. For sure. Or hell, Mason, we could use those flight points to go fly to Vegas or something. We'll go play like a good golf course. Go see Tessie out here, pulling back a little bit at resistance. I know people are watching that one. Nvidia just touched 190 resistance as well. $190 touch and rejection on Nvidia. Are we going to pull back a bit more? MP Materials. Anthony's liking it. Oh, no problem, Goose. There's probably a few people out there. So McDonald's is doing this thing where they have a McDonald's Monopoly game. And whenever you buy stuff from there, you get these little pieces. And you scan the code and it puts them into an app. And you collect these pieces. And if you get 3 of a certain section of the Monopoly board, you win prizes. And if I get one more piece, which is Virginia Avenue, I'll win like 1,000,000 American airline points or something, and it like it's worth like 24 grand, it said, or something like that. So if you're confused out there, that's what it is. But it's a fun thing McDonald's is doing, and I'm actually watching McDonald's stock because McDonald's has been popping. At least the store has been popping itself lately. All the ones around me are just packed right now. I think because of this game. But nonetheless, just keep your eyes on it. I feel like it could be a good part of the market too. Like, it has weak correlation to the SPY. Like, it doesn't really matter what the SPY does for McDonald's. McDonald's is going to do whatever it wants. It has a weak correlation of negative 0.15. And the good news is, you know, if you try to swing it, well, I guess it's not as close to the bottom as I thought, but I was going to say, like, risk-reward-wise, you know, you could set it up like this. I mean, that's like a 1.34 risk-reward, 1.3. Not the best, but, you know, that's also if you stop out below the recent low. If you go with the low that happened a couple days ago, you'd be looking at, like, stopping out around 290, maybe just under there, which makes the risk-reward a lot better, but your chances of stopping out are probably much, much higher. Pretty good, though. Pretty good comeback. Mister said, how much McDonald's did all that cost you? I actually, let me go check this out. We'll see. I'm going to see how much I spent at McDonald's the past week. If it's possible to see that. How do I see my old orders here? Ah, here we go. Recents. Here we go. Oh, that's not even showing me what I want. Oh, it's not showing me. It's been quite a bit, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's been quite a bit. Probably like $100 or something, honestly. Would not be surprised. I do have a lot of free food, though, all stacked up from these things, though, which is nice. McDonald's is one of my big guilty things. Those of you that watch the channel for a while, you already know that, so. QQQ jumping up 602. Very nice resistance there. QQQ right at the pre-market high. Right at it. So be careful here. We might see a possible drop. Could see a pullback come in. Tesla's 426. Yeah, exactly. That's the good thing, Mason. Like, I would be doing it anyways. So, yeah. At least now we get some points for it. That's funny. Most of the prizes were silently redeemed. Wait, you mean like once they're gone for good? Yeah, they haven't done it since like 2016 or 2015 or something like that, Goose. I used to always like it back then. Oh, that would suck, Mr. Charles, if that was the case. That would be terrible. Oh, wow, I see this. Hey, it says for the American Airlines, there's still 5 of 5 available right now. Let's go. There's 5 of 5 available. That's sick. Oh, somebody won the RV, though, Mason. Oh, somebody won $1 million in cash, too. Damn. Iceman says, do people sell pieces on eBay? I don't know. It'd be hard. It'd be scary to buy them on eBay because they could, like, redeem them after you ordered it or something. Tesla's still turning over. I like the way it's turning over, though. It might create a good turning over opportunity there. MP Materials finally started slowing down, guys. Finally started slowing down. Oh, the cash is from bonus. I see. AQMS is up 35%. You're 0-8. Gosh, I've done probably like 20 of those things and only won 2 times. Palantir pulling back tough. That is a big pullback by Palantir. It started to come back and recover today, but now pulled back again. Maybe we'll start to sell off actually a bit more and create a better intraday opportunity here. Right now, I don't love it. I don't love it. BE, Bloom Energy, 24%. Why are they up so much today? My gosh, what happened to them? Brookfield Asset Management forms a $5 billion AI infrastructure partnership. Wow. With Bloom Energy. That's pretty big, an AI infrastructure partnership. Now Bloom just needs to talk to OpenAI. That's who they need to talk with. All these companies doing deals with OpenAI like Avgo today. Popping off 10%. Broadcom, of course, everybody knows them, but all the big businesses are doing this nowadays. Sorry, guys. Having to help somebody really fast. Give me just 1 second here. Turn back on Tessie really fast. Starting to turn over down towards 420. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. You know what's wild? The RV was one winner, so that means only one Park Place and Boardwalk piece, and someone got both. That's gotta be rigged. Is that how it works, though, with the pieces? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Somebody better get me the Virginia. We're gonna make it happen. Means that I'm not sure, to be honest. It would suck if you got both, but it got redeemed first. Yeah, that would be terrible. That would make me really upset. It's like you get the $1 million one. Look at Palantir turned over. 174. And 173. Okay, this is some big levels there. Big levels. Guess I'll wait for tomorrow to trade. Sounds good, Michael. Yeah. Are you stuck with the cash restrictions today? I know that that's what's hurting a lot of people, but the market's been kind of flat and choppy anyways. It might not be the worst day to say that, if we're being honest. Whoa, hang on. Broadcom said that the chip person... The mystery $10 billion chip customer is not OpenAI. What? What do they mean? What do they mean it's not OpenAI? Now they said it's not? What the hell? Weird, okay. Okay. That was from their earnings report. But there was still a deal from this morning. Was that... Is the deal that they were talking about this morning the deal that they were saying that's not there now? It says Broadcom OpenAI to deploy 10 gigawatts of AI accelerators. Is that still happening now, or is it now not happening? Yeah, they had to have meant OpenAI the whole time. That they're talking about, so this article here is talking about something from their earnings report, their Q3 earnings report. But still, it's very strange that they did this. It's very weird. Oh yeah, Canal Light Shot. Light Shot's fantastic. Yes. Love it. I'll never not use it again. Ooh, Tangy scalped a Energy Fuels covered call for an easy $35.35. Beautiful. Look at that SPY turnover. It got to pre-market highs and said bye-bye. Turned right over back to the downside. Not super surprising considering that that's where the high was in pre-market. What's the correlation between SPY and Wolf? Let's go see. WULF. Probably not the best. It's actually pretty good. 0.78. It's a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. 0.78. Let's see Apples. Apples over the past year is 0.49. That one usually surprises people because everybody thinks that Apple follows the market generally, but over the past year, it's been a bit different. Been a lot different. I've got plenty of money available, but couldn't make a trade too using E-Trade. Where is this limitation on funds closing out? I think it's because of there's a holiday today with the banks. So what's happening is it's either the one day or the same day clearing, or what did you guys call it again? Gosh, I haven't done that in forever, or dealt with that in forever, but yeah, essentially, your money would come back into your account the next day, but since the banks were closed, that's not happening now. Settlement, that's it. Same day settlement, yep. Still don't see it. Do you know what restricted for liquidate only means for a stock, and is it bad? I think that that means you can only sell that position, AB. I don't think it's terrible. Sounds very strange. What are you looking at? It's probably the bank holiday as well with that. As well. Because of the cash probably in the account. Yeah, since there's Columbus Day, you know, that settlement is not happening in the way that people thought that it would. So that's what's causing most of the problems today. Can you check out Oklo for me, please, Tom? Yeah, sure thing. OKLO. 170, 170, 250. Beautiful run today. Great run. I gotta say, though, I don't think it has much more in the tank. I mean, it's always possible, right? There's always that possibility, but I'm kind of leaning towards that it's starting to slow down too much. Can you check out Oklo for me? 165 pullback can be seen today. Yeah, 165 would be pretty realistic. Yeah, pretty good drop. It is holding, of course, close to this first area of support, but we'll see if it gets back to that high of day or not. This is the biggest sell-off intraday yet, where we're starting to see more of a shift come into the morning buying pressure. So things are starting to shift now slightly. Love the way Oklo is starting to bounce it back, though. That's a good sign right now. But it's hard to chase it with where it is in my book. TSLA 426 resistance coming to test again. Tesla has been so choppy today. Look at this chop. You don't know shit about chop. The old Wolf of Wall Street reference. What do you think of GLD? GLD was doing great again, yeah. Looks awesome, up 2%. I like it. Keep it going, GLD. Keep it going. The more the merrier. UUU's up 19%. It's doing awesome. It was doing better earlier even, too. Okay, coming back a little bit. Nice, nice. Yeah, 20%. No kidding there. That is beautiful. Whoa, Tesla broke the ceiling, Coconut said. Really? Holy Tesla, did we get some news coming in? Tessie. Weird, I'm not seeing anything, but, you know, just moving with good action could just be an imbalance of supply and demand, but that did seem like a pretty decent intraday run, I thought. Go to that daily, I guess it's not that crazy when you look at the daily. Some of these other moves are a lot larger, but good breakthrough there. 426, getting it done. Wow, guys, the buyers coming through with Tesla. I wonder if SPY's going to do that. SPY has a very similar pattern this morning. Nvidia needs to get up to 190 and break its resistance in the same way. Three years from now, Tesla at 427 will be cheap. You're probably right, Coconut. It probably will. Wow, 428. That is wild to say, Coconut. It's all crazy. Only one day to recover the loss from Friday's chop, Hugo said. Who is buying this market and who's waiting, Fisher's asking. Let us know. Let Fisher know. Recover, then another 2,500. There we go. Go check on you again today. Yeah, there we go. It's at 25.00. Looking through some headlines here on Stock Labs, a little news website that we use. Let's go check Kalshi. How long is the government going to be shut down for? Whoa, they're now pricing in 34.8 days. Wow. I might try to click no. Nothing too crazy right now on the headlines. I see some news. Government shutdown key dates. We got some key dates coming up here. October 14th, air traffic controllers missed their first paycheck. October 15th, military members, including active service personnel, missed their first paycheck. October 24th, federal employees will miss their first full paycheck. Tessie with the big pullback right away down to 426. What's going on, Tesla? Coconut said the government shut down. I didn't notice it. Appreciate it, Mr. Charles. Yeah, hopefully we get that Virginia Avenue. That'd be sick. I'm going to will it to happen. Can you do a book map on IONQ, please? Sure thing. Ionic, IONQ. 12%. Nice. Bouncing at 80 bucks. IONQ, that is a huge resistance touch right there. Yeah, I just saw this from Walter Bloomberg here. Walter Bloomberg posted this on Instagram, or on X just now. He's a pretty respected poster of news. October 14th, ATC controllers will miss their first paycheck. October 15th, military members, including active service personnel, will miss theirs. October 24th, federal employees will miss theirs. Let's see. I was seeing if somebody would be talking about the government, about the military personnel being paid. I did hear that Trump said that. I don't know how much validity it has or why he would post this without saying something like that, but you're right. Makes me think there. No problem, Hunter. Let's go. Let's see IONQ. Did it come up yet? Get some of these off of here. I forgot what day it was last week, but the book maps almost went crazy. Look at how it's just stuck here. I'm going to have to restart book map. There we go. All right, so there's a little bit of sellers stacked up here at 80. 41,000 shares. There's 80,000 shares at 81. Nonetheless, so this is what it's looking like. Tansy Man said Cube is under $40 for the bargain hunters out there. Cube smart. This stock has been trying to form a good base down here, Tangy. It seems to be holding up pretty well at these areas of support. Yeah, I like this zone for possibly buying in. Start to average in down here and let it bounce off support. This is pretty nice. Now, I don't know what they do as a business, but based off the chart alone, I like it. I like the chart. It's a storage company. CubeSmart. It's a real estate investment trust that invests in self-storage facilities in the U.S. As of December 31st of 2024, CubeSmart owned 631 self-storage properties in 25 states and the District of Columbia, containing 45.8 million square feet of rentable space. Damn. Those things can be expensive. I've seen some people pay like $300 or $400 a month for like self-storage things, and I was like, holy crap. Like, that's like a, I don't know. Who doesn't want to own a piece of that? Yeah, yeah. It makes a lot of sense. They usually do pretty good from what I've seen. During the COVID shutdown, we spent $2,500 a month to store the business's hard assets. Wow, Tangy, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy just for that. But, you know, it makes sense for, like, a whole business like that. I guess I'm thinking of, like, normal people. But, yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, wow, that's good to hear. Bread Guy said SPY and QQQ consolidation. They are getting very slow here again. It seems so slow today. And it really is on these two. They're so slow. I mean, MP Materials is where it's at. New high of the day. Let's see $100 come into play. It's all insider gamer now. Outsider depends on their luck. Tangy's man says, it's not like I was going to entertain people. Just moved it all into my warehouse where I lived. Hell yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Tesla pulls back, Coconut said. Really, again? Oh my gosh. It fell through 426 and now is pushing its lower end of the day. Every time Tesla looks like it wants to go, and it actually tried to go on a little rally there. There's Oklo 165 incoming. Okay, hello. Beautiful jump there. 174 coming up. That's a pretty good jump there with Oklo. 174. Made some bread for today. I like to hear that. Hopefully it was sourdough. MP still trying to get towards that $100 mark. MP still trying to get towards that $100 mark. I know it's so close, though. It's so close. Oklo was trying to earlier, but pulled back under 168. They're not getting that secondary move going like MP is. What about USAR? USA Rare Earths trying to get it done. Pretty fun one from today. The hell's going on with NVIDIA, Christian said. NVIDIA, that is a pretty big pullback there, isn't it? Right under support, yeah. Yeah, brutal. Christian said, what the hell, NVIDIA? I wish there was like a real reason as of why this sold off so bad, but it's just normal. Spies down, Canal. I know, look at NVIDIA applying some pressure. Tesla's applying pressure too. It's helping to push that SPY lower, down off of 662. Very tough to trade with these stocks today. If you're looking at the normal Mag 7 or just SPY or Tesla, man, they have been brutal to trade. In my eyes. Do not like that action one bit, really. SPY down, Canal said. Let's see, SPY. Pulling back again, 662. That is a pretty big pullback. Palantir looks like it might break the low of the day. I think Palantir can break the low of the day. It looks pretty brutal on the day overall. I could see them getting a bit lower here. This one actually looks like a fun possible opportunity down towards like that 171, 170 support zone. I like it. How's Boeing? BA with the comeback. It's a brutal drop-off on Friday again. My word. I think Mike was watching this one down from last week. There we go, Tessie, 429, 430. Bank of America. Little gap up today, like everything. Slowing down a lot, though. JP Morgan tried popping it open, which was nice, but it did slow up now. I gotta say, though, it's pretty decent price action for what's been going on today. All right, I'm very mixed on the SPY here today, but judging by the way that we've rejected at resistance, I do lean more to the downside, and I'm leaning more towards for a move towards this gap fill. You know, I think it'd be nice for the SPY to fill the gap down to like 655 and try to bounce back. That's what I'm watching more for here. PLTR looks like it might break the low of the day, Bread Guy said. I know you said that a minute ago, but it is still looking solid, still going. I keep looking back at it because it's one of the better setups here of the day right now. You know, intraday, there's not a lot moving. Everything's already moved. That's going crazy, like UUUU, MPBE. Big Bear AI, why are they up so much? Big Bear's up 13% today. Did they have some action, some news at all, or are they just up with growth today? Again, they ran this morning and now they slowed down a lot. Okay, they did partner with somebody today. T-Second. To bring on-site AI to defense operations. Okay. Tailored for U.S. national security organizations. Very interesting there by Big Bear. SMR was a hot one. Slow down. Pony AI. Pony can get some good action time and again. Coinbase, watching them to the downside. Pretty big pullback through 350 again today. Down 2.75% like that. Got Robinhood to the downside here. Was really looking for a 132, 130 breakdown, but you know, getting back under 138 here is a big deal. If it holds under this, it'd be a good sign. Why is EOSE up? What about FXI, Canal said? Yeah, partnership. Hood really falling off intraday, though, I gotta say. It's a pretty big pullback there. Pretty big one. Considering. EOSE, gotcha. EOS Energy Enterprises. Looks like they do something with rare earths, I'm guessing. Actually not seeing any news with them today. Okay, so EOS Energy is a battery storage firm. Apparently, they can help stabilize grids for nuclear energy providers such as Oklo or SMR or CEG for clean baseload power. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. Part of the whole system there. EOS Energy. Up 23%. Now, this stock is one that came out of left field. I haven't seen a lot of people mention this one to me over the past couple months or even the past couple weeks as it's been running higher. I had some calls on watch, but missed out on it from Friday. Gotcha. I mean, man, it's still on fire, though. Could still be a good intraday opportunity today. This is insane. NNE's a good one, Jesse said. Nano Nuclear. NNE. Oh, yeah. 49 to $50. It's actually trying to bounce off of $50 support here. This would be like a perfect bounce. Hopefully we can see this play out good. This is awesome. This could be a great intraday opportunity. Thanks to the bot, EOSE made me some good bread this morning. Hell yeah. That's what we want to hear. Man, the bot was going nuts on some of these stocks today. QS, MP, EOSE. Going crazy. What do you think about S-Bucks, Dusty said? Starbucks. Very interesting here with Starbucks. I like how it's bouncing off 78.50 intraday. I actually like the way it's setting up on an intraday basis. On a daily basis, it's getting low to the point of being near support. But we have to really ask the big question here is Starbucks worth it or not? It's a big company. There's a lot of people that think it's a little bit overvalued, though. I would message Hunter in the Discord and get his opinion on it. Of course, it's such a big brand. I do think that they can turn things around eventually, but I don't think that it's going to be a stock that's going to be as advantageous as others. Like, I just feel like you could have better opportunities somewhere else, possibly. IBIT. Yeah, it follows Bitcoin pretty closely. It's just going to do whatever Bitcoin does, really. How's Bitcoin doing? Consolidating here a little bit intraday. Let's see the 5-minute. Okay, consolidating really hard at under 116,000 per coin. I'm sure that the bulls are waiting for a breakout move past there for a run higher. All the bears are probably hoping that it stays underneath here. Again, it's very choppy. It looks kind of like the SPY today from Open. You know, we look at SPY from Open today. It just is literally just done nothing, just stayed up in the zone. That's exactly what Bitcoin looks like today. And IBIT. I personally feel like it looks like it's going to reject down a little bit more, but gosh, it's so weird just how slow and choppy it is. Like, there's no movement. Oh, yeah, it probably will someday, Canal. I can tell you that. Probably someday. Tesla news just came out about unsold Cybertrucks going to other companies. I don't see the news here yet, but that's probably a piece of news that they didn't throw into the Thinkorswim news. If they didn't think it was worth it, I guess. I don't know. Strange there. But alrighty, guys, we're probably going to call the stream there today. A lot of chop going on. We are in the chop zone, apparently. Pretty crazy to say there. But alrighty, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a great one. I will see you guys later. Let's get it. Let's get it. I hope to see you in the Discord. If you're not yet in there, check out the link that I am sending in the chat. Let's go. Check out the bots. The bot plays went insane today on some of these nuclear stocks and energy companies. Rare earths, etc. Check it out. Just sent the link up in the chat. Let's get it. If you need anything, make sure to let me know. You can tag me in the Discord chat, private message me, or shoot me an email to tom@stockedup.university. We will take care of you. Anything else? Just let me know. Have a great one, and let's keep crushing it out there this Monday. It's been a wild start to the week, especially coming off of last week's craziness. Trump tried to quell some of the fears about China. We'll have to see how that situation shakes out here this week. But let's get it. See you guys later. Have a great one.